Well, I was gonna cover this thing that's been circling the internet about Zelda being in the live action being portrayed by a trans woman, but it turned out to be bullshit. It's a rumor. They just some people just push shit out there, you know what I'm saying, to get people going. You know what I'm saying? It's not true, but I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to try the shit like that because Nintendo is known to not give into that shit, you know, with the culture war shit, with the inclusion shit. Nintendo, that's what I heard at least. But even if that's the case, somebody always can become slop. We have, for example, the man behind Kingdom Come Deliverance, Daniel Vavra, the fuck you pronounce his last name. He was cool at first, not giving into the woke shit, not being inclusive, not adding gays and blacks in his video games. And he went as far as to say there was never no blacks, ancient Bohemia, and all that shit. But when come the second game, it's a whole different fucking story now. So if it happened with him, it can also happen with Nintendo. So it's not far-fetched. And I can see why people actually believed it without looking up a source. Because if Vavra could turn on a dime, Nintendo can too. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people buy into this ESG shit. They do it all the time. And they fuck up their reputation with real gamers. Or real viewers of their TV shows and shit. They do it all the time. So, since I'm not talking about that, I'm not covering that, I'm going to cover something else, which is, can a trans woman be a real woman? So we have Momo Simp here. He had an issue with Mugen Lord's take on what a man is and what a woman is, and a trans woman cannot be a man, a trans man can never be a woman. Rather, a trans woman can never be a woman, a trans man can never be a man. That's the take that Mugen had, but this guy had a problem with it. He says, okay, Mugen Lord. Okay, Mugen Lord needed to follow up on Zelda take with this one. This is also a very bad take, as you can't just engage in good faith and disagree to say all this weird shit acknowledgeable when you're ignorant of the topic at hand. You haven't researched this, and it shows. So he pretty much saying a trans woman is a woman. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at his profile. Or her. I'm going to call her a she. Fuck it. You want to put Momo Simp, so I'm calling you a she. Because some of you men have these androgynous names that you choose on your page, and you get bent out of shape when somebody misgenders you or assume that you're a woman when you're actually a man. You want to come back and say, I'm a man, you dipshit, and all that shit. It's like, well, have a more masculine username then, bitch. Then nobody would be calling you a fucking woman. See, I was called a woman based off ignorance with my name, Y chromosome 99, because the Y chromosome is the male gene, not female gene. If I was a female, it would be X chromosome 99. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I never really got mad at it, because a lot of people don't know. They probably know about Y chromosome, but they forget that it actually means male. So that's what I'm saying. So I can't get mad at that. So anyways, look at this shit here. Look at these gender neutral characters he has here. And see, a guy who loves anime and boxing. See what I'm talking about? I thought it was a female. I wouldn't be a bit surprised he changed his profile because he got tired of people calling him a woman. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So anyways, this is not about his profile, his makeup, or what the fuck he wants to call himself. At least I know it's a man. Thank you, Momo. Momo Simp. 69. Sounds X-rated as fuck. Even though, let's just go. He has a problem with Mugen Lord. So Mugen Lord says, this is the shit I'm talking about. They go to college and become indoctrinated by this bullshit gender construct. A woman is a woman. Only the female gender can give birth. No man on this planet can give birth. What makes this worse is that the community, hold on, that my community is feeding into this bullshit. We are the first people who need to be pulled into this bullshit. No, we are the last people who need to be pulled into this bullshit, especially when the nuclear family has been decimated. So Momo had a problem with that. So Mugen Lord responds. He says, "This is the shit." Oh wait, I'm gonna get to respond. He did respond to him, but I'm gonna read what we're gonna focus on. Momo Simp says. He says, "I'm not trying to pick on the guy, as I do have a lot of respect for him, but how is he acting right now is the ignorant dude with streets knowledge but can't be bothered to read a book and have their views challenged. I can tell when Mugen Lord is just very ignorant of a subject." Ignorant. So since I believe, not think, since I believe, no, fuck that. Since I know that a trans woman is not a woman biologically, I'm ignorant somehow. So let me explain something to you, or anybody that actually believes otherwise. If a trans woman dies and they find her bones, right? It doesn't matter how much she looked like a woman, doesn't how much she sounded like a woman. Doesn't it matter if she had humongous tits and it got a dick slipped with a fake ass vagina. It doesn't matter. That person dies. They dig up their bones. They do DNA. Guess what the DNA is going to tell them? That DNA is going to tell them that that is a man. You would think that'd be the end all be all, but unfortunately, these motherfuckers don't want to say otherwise. I don't get it. Maybe they want to save face for their tranny friends. Maybe they do. Because I'm sure by looking at Momo Simp's profile, he has zero tranny fans or friends or associates online. He has zero trans women or trans men associates. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Right? So, this is, to me, this sounds a lot like virtue signaling. This sounds a lot like that. Okay? I just want to be a part of the community, so I'm gonna just turn my brain off, fuck logic, and tell you that you're full of shit and you're ignorant if you're gonna call a trans woman a man, even though even though forensic evidence would say you're full of shit. You can never, ever be the opposite gender, no matter what the fuck you do biologically. Okay, if you pass, if you become a woman and you fucking pass, I don't mind saying she and her, whatever the fuck. I don't mind it. But if you don't fucking pass, it's a different story. But at the same time, you have to recognize that biologically, you are not that gender. Okay? That's just the way it is. I didn't make it up. I'm not God. I'm not science. I'm not evolution. What the fuck you believe in? I'm not evolution. I'm none of that. This ain't me. Don't attack me. Attack nature for calling it like it is. I mean, come on, man. Then he says, and yes, it's fun to toss around that word in the black community when we can't argue. But this dude just doesn't know what he's talking about. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. He goes on to say, it is clear he hasn't looked into the studies they have done for years. Black men who act like this are toxic without knowing it. Why the fuck you gotta bring up his race for? I'm telling you. And people may wonder why I don't argue with people online. People may wonder why. If it's outside my streams or fucking DM, I'm not arguing with you. I ain't arguing with you in no YouTube comment section. I'm not gonna argue with you in no X post. Okay? I'm not doing it. It's stupid shit like this. And the more shit that they say, the more stupid they become, and the more dumb I feel for engaging them with these people. They're some disingenuous assholes, man. Here's another post by this Momo dude. He says they also like shitting on black women constantly, and then wonder why they are still single. Yes, I know he has a wife and a daughter. I'm speaking in general. Anyway, Mugen Lord woke up and closed violence today. It's just not the badass kind, but the edgy kind. Okay, hold on for a second. Shitting on black women. Wait, the dude that's in question is white, isn't it? That was rumored to play Zelda. They got the eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? So how does black come into the equation here? Oh, he's not trans. Okay. I'm not trans, though. Well, I couldn't blame him for suspecting that you are, Momo. Especially looking at your profile. Let's move on. Okay, I'm going to go with Mugen Lord's response here. To Momo's first post here. Mugen Lord's response, he says, "You're still rambling into the void on this. There is nothing to follow up. You're not going to change my mind on this. A man can never be a woman, and a woman can never be a man. It's that simple. If you continue to reply to me, you will only be talking to air at this point, because that's the only thing that will listen to what you have to say at this point. Learn to move on when someone is not going to find a middle ground with you." Holy shit. A round of applause. Holy shit. That is an adult. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't argue with people. I tell people all the time, look, if I gotta continue to repeat myself to you, the argument is done. And if there's no middle ground being formed, the argument is done. We have no more to say to each other at this point. Let you go your way, I go mine. That's how it is. That's how it is. Why continue to go back and forth like a bunch of little girls? Why do that? Why do that shit? No. Fuck that. I don't got no time for it. Momo Simp says, "It's impressive to me how you can't be an adult about this, my guy." Oh my God. Oh man, let's continue this. You have given me nothing but immature response. Holy fucking shit, man. Oh, let's read the rest of it. "The Mugen Lord I know knows how to talk and act like a man, not a man who hasn't left high school. I'm disappointed in your conduct today." Oh God. Okay, let's read some responses, man. Let's read some responses. No, I'm not responding to this fucking dude. No. I clicked the wrong thing. Mugen says, "What are you going on about? I told you my response. Accept it and move on." Exactly. But he's not. As long as you keep talking to this thing, to this guy, he's going to continue to respond to you because he wants to fucking argue over bullshit. There is no middle ground being formed. He's going to have to repeat himself over and over and over again. You don't want to do that. So Momo Simp says, like, I'm not accepting it and I have moved on. as this is talking about something different. I'm sorry, but will it be a problem if I share my opinion on your take? I like you, but I'm not here to agree with you. You already did share your opinion. And he responded, since there's no middle ground being formed, there's no reason to continue. And he's going to be repeating himself over and over again. And you're going to be calling him all these names. Saying he's ignorant, this, that, and the third. Tearing down his character because there is no middle ground being formed. And you want to actually believe that a trans woman and a trans man is what they are aspiring to be, when in truth it is not. DNA says you're full of shit, Momo. You fucking simp. You make it easy for me to make fun of you and call you names because you got simp in your name. Jesus Christ. Woodley says, stop trying to groom Mugen Lord. LOL? Grooming? Who's fucking grooming? Fuji says, real men are not simps nor porn addicts. Oh! The Sims part, yeah. I guess I can meet you halfway, at least with that one. You know what I'm saying? Regarding the simp and all that shit. They ain't real. No, fuck, I agree with you wholeheartedly with that. With the simp part. The porn addict part, I'm not a porn. I like porn, but I don't think, but I'm not an addict, though. So, if that makes me not a real man, then I guess I gotta accept that. But let's move on. Marcus Kahn says, it's not possible to be two genders at once unless they are subject to external factors that were man-made by acts of catastrophic events. Remember the horrific evidential results from the semi-politics test on the chemistry? Oh, my vocabulary fucking sucks, man. In general, you're either born a man or a woman. There are some cases, which is very few, by the way, where they're born with both genders. They called, I think it's called hermaphrodites or some shit like that. But that's a rare case. If anything, they're the only ones that get to choose what gender they want to be. You know what I'm saying? They're the only ones that can. Let's be real here, you know. But I'm just saying, it's like, oh. King Leon says, do you hear yourself talk? You're the one that's making himself look like an idiot. Clearly what Mugalore said got into your feelings. But because he has his own opinion, you want to piss and moan and bitch. Dude, shut the fuck up. No, he literally believes that a trans woman is a woman. Even though DNA says otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I mean, wow, man. That's not really much more I can say about this. Or it's not, I mean, I can read more comments, but it's pretty much a done deal. You know? Yeah, Taku says the fool crashing out over a little bit of sense at Mugen Lord is more of an adult than your foolish ass. Exactly. That's why I had to fucking pause when when he says act like an adult or something. I said, what's the motherfucker? What? So yeah, I mean, there's not much more to be said on this. I mean, this is 19 minutes long now. I thought this was gonna be longer than this. I mean, but apparently there's nothing really much to be said about this. Here's something that Valmero says. Just start copy pasting the following, my guy. Healthy women don't produce sperm. Healthy men do. You can wish, hope, dream, pretend, imagine, or identify that you're the opposite sex all you want to. Doesn't make it true or make it justifiable to force others to accept it. Well, I guess I'm going to leave it there. I mean, this should be the fucking nail in the coffin right here. I mean, yeah, you can dream all this, aspire to be, and whatever. But you will never, ever be that opposite gender biologically, ever. And if you can make yourself that way in your past, I commend you. But if you cannot, fuck off. You are not a woman. You are a man in drag. I don't give a fuck if you got fake tits and no dick. I don't give a shit. You a man in drag. Caitlyn Jenner. With that being said, this is Y Chromosome signing the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all. And be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.